Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
How will the second COVID wave affect the economy? Will it be the same as the first wave, or is the impact going to be different? Let's look at the two sides, both the demand side and the supply side, which actually determine how the second wave is actually going to have a very different effect compared to the first COVID wave. In the first wave, we saw that the main effect was because of the nationwide lockdown. That is, that the government imposed restrictions, imposed social distancing from 24th of March 2020, and after that we suddenly saw a very sharp decline in production because people were not going to work, they could not move, cross-border trade could not happen. This time, on the supply side, it's actually different, and the difference is that it is not the lockdown as much as the virus which is affecting production and trade. In this phase, we see that a lot more people are ill, their families, there is a much greater pressure on the health system, and as a consequence, people are also afraid to go out. So the social distancing that is happening is far more of a self-imposed social distancing because of the because of the workforce, because of the entrepreneurs actually being ill and not going out to work. That actually, in terms of the impact, means that the revival will not be as fast, because when the economic effect is because of the lockdown, you can come out of it the day the restrictions go away. Whereas in this case, as the numbers come down, which they have already started in some places, like in Delhi, the cases have started coming down. But as they come down, as we peak and as the numbers decline, the economy takes time because people take time to get back to work. So that's one big difference in the speed at which you will bounce back to where you were. The second difference is on the demand side. Again, the demand side effect in the first wave was limited because people were spending, and then of course they could not go out, but they continued to spend online. They continued to buy things, and we saw demand effects, but those were partly because of restrictions on movement. Later, of course, as incomes fell, wages fell, we saw those kinds of demand effects as well. But if you look this time, then in the month of April, there is a very sharp decline in a lot of products, from air conditioners to refrigerators, autos, apparel, of course hospitality and tourism, because those are contact intensive, but even those that are not so contact intensive. This time, when the wave has come, it has been after a year of economic difficulties for a lot of people, and because the wave is so severe, it has also created a lot of uncertainty about future incomes. Nobody knows if they are going to be affected. Nobody knows if this is the last time that this will happen, and there can be a third wave as well. And therefore, the confidence of the consumer, of certainty about incomes, is much lower this time. And again, that means that because in addition to the supply side impact, there is also a demand side impact. The coming out of this recession will not, of the sharp downturn that will come with the second wave, may not be as fast as we saw in the first wave. Now, most of the predictions that have been made about the economy, about, say, the fiscal deficit, have been on the assumption that GDP will bounce back, that the economy will grow at maybe a double-digit rate, so that we'll go back to pre-pandemic levels. We don't know how long this second wave will go on, But regardless of how long it goes on, as I said, it could be longer than the economic impact could be longer than that of the first wave. But regardless of that, one thing that will need to be adjusted is all our perceptions of fiscal deficit as a ratio of GDP or debt as a ratio of GDP, and these macro forecasts will change because GDP forecast changes. These macro ratios will change because GDP may actually not go the way we thought, say standing in February when the budget was being made. Now, keeping all this in mind, what is it that the government has proposed, that the RBI has proposed, and do we expect to see an impact of that? Now, the RBI came up with a package earlier this week which basically addresses the health sector, because the health sector needs credit at this time. Vaccine companies have been talking about the need for investing so that they can expand their capacity. And second, the RBI package addresses the needs of small borrowers. Now, this time it's not a blanket instruction to banks to restructure all loans. It gives more flexibility to banks to restructure loans where people are in trouble. They have also made some provisions for small finance banks. There are about 10 such banks in the country, and they get from the repo window, they get 10,000 crores so that they are able to lend to small entrepreneurs. This basically addresses a number of small businesses. It tries to get money to them at a time when they are in need. Now, how effective will this be? That really depends on whether banks are willing to take the risk and borrow from RBI and lend to these small businesses. The last time this was done, very few people actually did restructuring, and very few loans were seriously restructured. But this time, whether even new loans will be given, how many will be restructured, and second, whether new loans will be given, will depend on the ability of the banking sector to assess risk, to be comfortable in giving a loan in this environment where there's a lot of uncertainty. But on its part, the RBI has stepped up and said that we will provide credit, and we will, in fact, a number of measures. I'm not going to go into the details here. They're there in an article by Ramya on The Print. But in my column with my co-author Radhika Pandey, and the link for the column is given below, we talk about the various measures that the RBI has taken, and it does step forward and try to support more liquidity and credit to small companies, and supports restructuring of the loans as well. We'll have to wait and see how things go. We should perhaps see more packages, more relief come along if the second waves brings the kind of difficulties that we talk about. On Tuesday at 4, I'll take questions on this and much more in the program called Ask Ila. And please do send your questions. Thank you.